What's good, everybody? It's Bryce here, and this is the first full-length video on the channel. So we'll see how this goes. But as you know from the title, we will be ranking the 32 teams in the NFL, and for this video, we'll just do 32 from 26, just because I don't want to take too much time. And I'll tell y'all every reason I think the teams are in this position. So for 32, I have the Miami Dolphins. Now look, they do have a new head coach, new QB I mean, who else would have been the quarterback if they didn't pay Malik Willis? I do like Malik Willis as a quarterback. Um, for the price, it's okay. But also, I don't think he will pull this team to the playoffs at all. I'm very high on Achan. That's the running back. He is as you saw, he's really good. This man's great. He is a quick man. So I would say if you want fantasy, probably get him because who else is on that offense? Their wide receivers are not great. I think Washington's only like like the one people know about. And I was pretty much low on everyone else on that team. I'm interested to see how the new head coach does, and see how that does. Number 31 will be the Arizona Cardinals. Um, I know I'm doing this right after the Hall of Fame game, so Carson Beck did look really good. I kind of expected that because he is an older quarterback coming in. He's played a lot of college football. A lot. So I think it was just a lot of locker room stuff that was interesting with him. As I said, a new head coach is really questioning how good or even if Carson Beck will play. Depends on Jacoby Brissett. I won't be surprised if Jacoby plays maybe a couple games and they just put Carson Beck out there because they're like, screw it, the, the season's over even though we already know it's over before it starts. How good is Marvin Harrison going to be? He hasn't lived to expectations as we thought he would. That doesn't mean he's not a good wide receiver. He is. He's been dropping a lot of passes though, so he really just needs to work on that. Look, he's still young. He'll get it together. He is built. That man is jacked. So I won't be surprised if he has a good season this year. And also, how good is Jeremiah Love going to be behind a mediocre offensive line? I know they got a couple new pieces there in the offseason, but first round running backs, especially that high being taken in the drafts, how good is he going to be? I've seen some videos from training camp and they're just not blocking for him at all. And that doesn't matter. And they still have James Conner and they have the other running back they got from Atlanta. So it's a three-headed running back room, which they're not going to give him reps immediately. They're going to give him reps, but he won't be running back number one. For number 30, so the third worst team I think will be the New York Jets. I think they are on the up and up. They have been getting better and younger, especially. How bad will Geno Smith be? I'm going to be honest, I will not be surprised if he has a better year this year than he had last year on the Raiders. I think last year with the Raiders, it just wasn't a good fit for him. We'll see how the second stint does on the Jets. It'll be very interesting to see how that goes. And I'm also very, very interested and intrigued by how the two really high running back and wide receiver on their team will do. I'm interested to see how Bryce Hall will do. This is his prime years. And then I would love to see how Garrett Wilson does because he's been having 1,000-yard seasons, and he doesn't have good quarterbacks with him all the time. But Geno Smith, he will air the ball out. We know that, so we'll see how that goes. The 29th worst team, or the fourth worst team, the 29th best ranked team, the Cleveland Browns. I'm interested to see how Quinshon Judkins will be after his season-ending injury. He was looking amazing. Let's say that. as a Steelers fan, I would watch him, and I'm happy I picked him up in fantasy because he looked amazing. I mean, he was good. And then once I saw him go down with an injury, I was not so happy. I mean, I'm not happy for anyone to get injured. Don't get me wrong. I'm not happy for anyone to get injured. But I just felt bad because he's a rookie. He was playing at a high level on a bad team, and then he got hurt, which just made it worse. Who will be the quarterback? That's a great question. We don't know. Um, it probably will be Shador Sanders. I'm interested to see what they do with Deshaun Watson. No one's going to trade for that contract. I'm surprised they still have him on the team. They probably should just release him at this point. I mean, it is what it is. You tried with a controversial quarterback, let's say, and that didn't work well. Number 28, Atlanta Falcons. My question was, can the quarterbacks be healthy? Right now, Tua Tagovailoa and Michael Penix are both injured, both of them. I think Cooper Rush is their third string quarterback, which I mean is a good backup, but to be a starter, that's not it. Kevin Stefanski, that's probably the head coach I would want out of any new head coach hire is Kevin Stefanski. That man knows how to run a team. From watching what he did to Cleveland, where they started here and got up to here, I mean, I expect big things out of Bijan Robinson just because of Kevin Stefanski being there. And now he's the clear running back. He was earlier in the year and the year before that, but he was not getting the goal line touches, so he definitely will be this year. Number 27, I have the Tennessee Titans. New head coach, new offensive coordinator with Brian Daboll. Second season, Cam Ward. I expect him to be great this year. They upgraded the wide receiver room. I'm very high on their first two draft picks they had this year, both on the defensive side of Keldrick Falk and Anthony Hill Jr. I think I'm very high on them. It definitely helped both booster their defense because their defense wasn't that great other than Jeffrey Simmons. Also, I'm happy they got better wide receivers because let's be honest, Cam Ward was not having a great season, but also the offensive line was horrible for him last year. So we could see if they hold up, I could see them actually winning a decent amount of more games than compared to what they had earlier. Number 26, and the last one we'll talk about in this video, is the New Orleans Saints. Will Tyler Shuck get better? Question. I don't know the answer. He looked pretty good. He had 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 3 rushing touchdowns. I know he only played around a little bit more than half the season starting, and he looked good. He looked like a rookie. Um, he definitely did seem more composed, though, so we'll see how that goes. With Travis Etienne Jr. and Kamara now in the backfield, might see a dynamic duo, a double head monster there. I know Kamara is older, so we'll see how that goes. But we can't forget what Etienne did on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, he was great. I'm very concerned about Olave. Not even just for Olave, but for the wide receiver room. Chris Olave and their rookie, Jordan Tyson, who they brought in to be wide receiver 2, are injury prone. I mean, Chris Olave every season seems to be out more games than he plays. Jordan Tyson back in 2022, he tore like 3 different things. He gets hurt every season. I want them to be healthy and I want them to succeed. I'm not saying I want them to get hurt. I'm not saying I want them to be out. I hope they are good. I don't want any because Jordan Tyson looks like a good receiver, and we know what Chris Olave can be when he's healthy. I'm really happy for Chase Young on their defense. I mean, when he was rookie year, amazing. And then once after that, he fell off a cliff. I know injuries were there. And now when he's on the New Orleans Saints, he pretty much revitalized his he revitalized his career, especially there. And Caden Ellis on their defense, they definitely upgraded on their defense with Caden Ellis. They needed a good linebacker because the one they had left. So I think he's a great addition to help be the quarterback of the defense. So that's my list. I did 32 from 26. Those are the worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the worst 7 teams in the league, I think, will be. I want y'all to come back after the season and let me know how I did. I might make a review at the end of the season to review how I did on these. So this is my first full length video that I'm going to be posting. I want to know what y'all think, and if there's any tips or anything that you want to give me, go ahead. I'm open game to everything, and just comment, subscribe. I don't even care about likes. I just want to get my subscribers up. I said in a shorts video I made, if I get to 20 subscribers, I'll do whatever the first comment is, the top comment. So just go ahead, do that for me if you please, and just let me know how I did, and let me know your thoughts. All right, thanks, peace.